Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is week number 6 of the Simply Cup. Lots of players this week compared to last week, which is cool to see. We have 10 maps, 3 rounds, 1 minute warm-up. Let's get into it. 20 seconds already gone down in this warm-up. Looks like a bit of a difficult start to this map, but I think quite a few players getting through this now, so that's good to see. Let's have a look at Spider, what he does. So, a nice grind, Tony Hawk grind start. So, I think this is where it's going to make or break your match. But here we go. Good luck. Let's see what we have in store for this week. Lots of big players. We've got like Spam, Grenadi, Elcon. Many good players. Spider failing this first attempt here, which is not good for him. Looks like only a few people getting it. A couple people getting the respawn bug. Nandeo, fix your fucking servers already. But it looks like Matt is out in front. Let's have a look at this drone camera footage. Matt goes very high though. Will he fall off the wall ride? Not quite, so we'll have a bit more speed. Looks like Draka, you can scratch this right there. And it will be Draka, or Darker, who gets the first win of today. Nuke in second, Scratz in third. But a couple people struggling on the start here. Including Elcon, by the looks of it, trying to jump into the checkpoint there, which is not a good start for him. But we got 30 odd players finishing, which is more than expected. I'm pretty sure this is one of the most difficult maps. A couple of people crashing as well. I can't do anything about that. I am very sorry. Blame Nadeo for not making a game which works. But let's maybe have a look at Yuke, who is very good at the RPG and trial kind of style. As you can see, he gets it about in 5th position. Can he get the bug slide straight off the bat? He can. Does he land it smooth? He does. That puts him into 3rd, but with a little bit of less speed, will he be able to make it here? But Tourist now, Zapoof and Xerix getting it really well with a bit of a pole ending, which you can still fail, but the players stay the same there. Who is out and failing the beginning? Volpix, Dreamir, Christian, all struggling at the start, but a few people getting through finally. This is a bit of a tougher map by the looks of it. I think it's our one and only LOL map for this week, so not too worried. Get it done with straight away. But here we go into the 3rd and final round for this one. Again, sorry about the crashes. I can't do anything about that. Let's have a look at Tourist. He gets it really well. Looks like he's going to go straight down first, but a few people dropping off early, which has helped them a lot. Alex, Kip, and Elcon doing it really well. Tourist with a bit of a slower bug slide, but does find himself out in 4th. I think a few of these players, which I thought were in 1st, didn't even get the checkpoint, so that is not good for them, and it will be Jackdaw now, or Jackoy, getting a really good time, 27.8 there, just ahead of Sapoof, Lars, Tourist, and Wanting, getting the top 5 as Spider finds himself upside down, doing extra stunt points. I like it. That is what we like to see. He's just showcasing it for the spectators right now. That is a beautiful stunt, Mr. Spider. But looks like this map got a lot of catastrophes and a lot of DNFs. It looks like Darker has come out on top though. A very good performance. Looks like we had a lot of game crashes though, so hopefully for the next map we don't have this problem. I mean, we could restart on this one, but I kind of don't want to because we're just going to roll with it. We know Nadeo's game is a bit broken. Alright, we are on map number 2 with a lot more easier map this time, and we do have a overview from Kip to start off. Getting it really well, finding himself some extra grip off the jumps onto the grass. And is definitely a back and forward map. We had a similar one either last week or the week before, so maybe for those who played it that week, we'll strive on this one. I know Grenadi did really well that week, so as we can see, he picks up a 2nd in the warm-up. Good thing about this short map as well is you probably get a second go at it, but there's not really much to learn. Just got to make sure you get the grip right before the drop down onto the grass. And let's have a look at the Dansky here. See what he is doing. Releasing a few times. Probably don't need to release that much. Definitely a few sharp ones like this one coming up though. But it's better to be safe than sorry. I'm stuck in pause mode. Oh, for goodness sake, this fucking game, man. Let's have a look at Xerox here, who finds himself in about 40th here and gets the next one really well, so we'll gain a lot of positions there. But it looks like Spam Grenade, the pros out in front right now. Grenade winning himself. I think Spam bonked into the corner slightly, and he is not up in the top. Elcon, Grenade having to battle as Xerox does crash there. Let's see if we can find someone maybe a bit further up, and it will be Grenade, Pack, Elcon, Buff, and Lars to get the next few positions there. Very close battle for this one. This is a lot more of an easier map, so hopefully we have a bit of the best of both worlds in easier maps, harder maps. But on to next round. And let's have a overview of Grenade here. Let's see if he can get the back-to-back on the good positions here. As Spam finds himself in first, but goes a bit wide, and Grenade pushes himself into first position. It is... Who's that? It's Potsny doing really well right now, and gains even more time off the second one. But Spam with the really ultra-tight line, trying his luck at going even tighter on that second one, and pushes himself, or loses himself a bit of time there, as Grenade gets another win up his sleeve. That's really good for him. Elcon really doing well, Potts doing really well, Darker, Justin, Nuke, and Zemus. Few players like Pack not being found this time around, as Xerox and Dr. Dunder losing a lot of points there. Players like Potts really pushing up. I think that could be a top 5 for him, not quite top 7. As we see Spam in 9th there. Let's see what he will do for this round. Gets it really well at the start here, and is pushing the top positions once again. But it is Pack now, who I talked about struggling that last round, as he does. Spam does fall off a bit there. Lots of people crashing on that 5th one there. That's not good for them. And we have Pack and Grenade in a battle. Who gets it right at the end? It will be Pack with a 0.103, and Grenade a little bit behind with 0.76. So Pack, a beautiful run right there. Where is he? He's in 17th. I think Spam and Pack both crashed on the first map, so a bit unlucky there, but really picking it up on this skill-based small map here. As Freddy does still manage to finish in 50th. We have 66 players. That is good to see. Hopefully, the game continues to not crash itself, but we'll see. As we have another fantastic map here. As we have the AO8 Ice Edition. Good luck. As we do also have a sub from Mr. Expert. Thank you, mate. I do appreciate it. So, who do we see as an ice expert? Let's have a look at Marion, maybe. If it loads eventually.
32 months, Pargasa Heineck.
32 months, that's a lot. Thank you very much, expert. I do appreciate it. That is awesome to see. So, at least you have a lot of time to get the warm-up strats here. But for those who have played the first AO8, this is definitely a lot different because we have full ice now. So I said there was only one lower map in, but I think this is our second lower map. As Varian is struggling a little bit here, but there is plenty of time to warm up. What about Turek here? I think a 10th, a little bit behind first. Danos getting the start quite decent. Can he hold his strat? But no. That is a yep poll. I think we want to go to drone camera here and see how many people the Poles will get this time, but Danos still finishing there. That is good on him. Let's get the drone camera out for first round. Who is the ice champions here? This will be a good one. Alright. Let's see if anyone bonks into the first corner, as we have no one other than one person hitting it. As we have a beautiful spread, only one person getting it. Tarls does bonk, and we have a beautiful battle here. I wasn't expecting this many people to get out in first, and who is it? It is Jacked out in front with a 0.4. I think that's quite a decent time. No mistakes there. Really, really good stuff from him. Reaper, Standing, Lars doing well in the next few positions. But at least every single person can finish here, unless we got the respawn bug. I think if you respawned before this checkpoint, you would have respawned down here, which probably isn't ideal. Another thing that needs to fix. But that is nothing I can do about it. Let's maybe have a look at someone up the top. Let's have a look at Zemus, who I think did well last round. Let's see if he can do it again. Getting it quite smooth, but losing a little bit of time. As he does roll his car, that's not really good. Let's have a look at Pack, which I saw was on a nice time. As one person crashes into the right wall there. I didn't pick up his name, but that was not good. And we see Pack getting a 4th place with a 0.4, as Reaper gets a 0.6? Wow, that is quite a fast one. I think I might have to try and find him for next round. And see what he did differently to everyone, because that is quite a difference. Jackdaw, Christian, Pack, Infinite, Cenas doing very, very well. See if I can find him. Don't think I can. Let's have a look at Christian, who also did well in round number 2. Gets it really well to start off. Gets the bit of extra speed, but does find himself bonking into the middle. Speaking of bonking into the middle, it is Cataboo. Not being able to get it, but it is Jackdaw again up the top. And Standing also doing really well. Grenadi now with his Monka steering with the wheel does get a 3rd place. Very good. Lars still up there. Infinite really striving on this one. Funny, Raceman, Elcon, Tourist still in the top positions. Nick cursing players, that is what I'm here to do. As Major tries his luck, but is not enough this time. So, we will move on to map number 4. Let's see what we have in the store. As we have a very long loading time once again. Hopefully this isn't going to cause crashes. If it's this long, it could maybe cause some crashes. But here we go. We have a musterer tech map. Tech number 4. Is this going to be a banger? Let's find out. Hopefully it's respawnable. We've had a few good tech maps, but they haven't been good respawnable maps. So remember, don't respawn before the first checkpoint, otherwise you'll get the finish bug. But let's have a look at Lars here, going to the left. Let's see if that is correct. I think it will be. As lots of people going around the other side. But I think Lars the only one getting it correct here. Does bonk into the poles, getting a bit of a nose drift. Does recover nicely. So finding himself behind Grenade, Spam. Lots of very decent players. I think players like Tourist and Pack could strive on this one. As we have a very sharp corner and a jump, which mostly everyone missed. As well as Lars missing it out there. But does find himself to the finish line. I thought this may have been like quite a long map, so I'm glad that it's not too bad. As Lars is opting for the Cam 7. Spider doesn't find himself in the right way. Hopefully people can work it out, if not by round 2. But here we go for the first round on this one. Let's have a look at Jozo, who is a decent tech player. I saw a few people cutting across there. I don't think it's paid off for them though. As most people... Oh no! We find Elcon way out in front! Elcon, the cunt meister himself, has found himself a sneaky little shortcut and does opt for a world record strategy already in this first round. But Pack and Tourist getting really good lines. Darker right behind him, as well as Elcon. Slightly behind here. Hopefully he did find the finish before the warm-up ended, as Jozo forgets about this jump, and we will have Pack being in first. As I talked about, Elcon, I hoped that he did know the finish but didn't, and he will lose his top 10. But will the other players know to cut that start? So let's find out where it is. It is just a simple go along the pole and jump off. I did see this, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be quicker. So that is definitely something to look out for, as we have, let's see, getting in 46 right before the finish. Let's go have a look at Elcon now, who did find himself that sneaky little shortcut. But a lot of players understanding it now. Elcon going a bit later, obviously. Maybe tried a inside line on that first one. But it is Darker who is really striding off this one. Stockson as well with the big brains. But Elcon back in first. Let's have a look at players like Lars, who are really good on this kind of style of mapping. And Pack once again up there. Darker doing really well. And Vic also really doing well on this one. So we have Lars moving up to a top 4. Can everyone remember this jump? They do. And we have a really tight battle actually for this the second round. Pack a little bit behind, so it will be Elcon and Darker who will be. And Darker goes for the earlier finish as well as Lars, but I don't know if it paid off. It did. And Elcon finds himself losing that very nice battle. But VKLF, which I haven't really seen before, has pushed himself a really decent position there. Lars, Grenadi, Jackdaw, Cenas, once again up there. Spam, I think, struggling on this one a bit. 70 points, only a little bit behind. So maybe let's have a look at Spam if he can find the big brain cut at the start. Nope. Spam had a delayed start, unfortunately. That is quite rough for him. I cannot, unfortunately, do anything about these server issues, so I'm very sorry about that. Let's have a look at Zapuff here in a top 8 overall, which is really good. Has Stride on the first maps, finding himself in 20th here. So lots of the tech mice getting it really well. As we can see, Pack is on an absolute blinder of a time here. I think it is Lars a bit behind him, and someone catching up a little bit right at the end. Darker really doing well on this one. Who goes for the right finish? Who goes for the left finish? It will be Pack way out in front, and it will be... I have no idea because the leaderboard is changing so much. That is a fantastic feature as well. Here we go, Jozo with a beautiful time. Darker, Elcon, Tourist, Cavadu, Renade, and Lars for the next few positions. Mostly everyone being able to finish. There was also a cheeky little backwards finish there. I'm surprised no one went for this, but maybe it wasn't faster by the end. But that has shaked up the positions a little bit. Spam moving up to 5th. Uke still doing well. Darker, Grenade in the top 2 positions. Hello, Renku and Lackadil as well. He was in spectator mode? Why was he in spectator mode? I did wonder that because I couldn't click his name. Interesting strategy from Spam there, but does find himself still in a top 5, so doing very well. But we have a cheeky little night map here. I think it's a bit of a mixed style, hopefully respawnable. Jozo said he opted for it. That is a beautiful strategy right there. I'm pretty sure it would be faster if he got it well. So that is nice from Jozo using his big brains. So let's have a look at Funny Raceman for this warm-up. See who can find it the quickest. GPS behind, does opt for the GPS, so let's watch the GPS. Is a Finnish player. Who's this by? It is by Chef Herc. Don't know how to pronunciate that. Citizen 2. So it looks like a bit of a tech start here. Few transitions, but hopefully not too bad as we push ourselves through the city. But loses a GPS in the middle there. Hopefully that's only for the spectate. I'm not sure. Tourist now, getting a decent warm-up, trying himself at different lines on this wall ride. Does get it really well with a lot of extra speed, so tech map into a bit of a speed map. So maybe speed fun. 2013 user, welcome into the stream. So a bit of a longer map, only a few people finding the finish there. So let's see if players like that will strive on this one, as I did see Kip in the finish there. So let's see how he'll do to start it off here. Spam going for the earlier lines, does find himself in first, but did he fall off? I think he fell off. So that is not good for him. Kip forgetting about that second corner. That's alright, still in top 20 as a few people crashing there. So not the greatest performances overall on this first round, but definitely a bit of a harder map to learn very quickly here. So let's have a look at maybe someone a bit further ahead. Reaper is struggling way behind. Pack is finding himself in third place here, as Tommy is just way out in front. Tony, sorry. What did he do differently? Or is it bugged? I'm not sure. I think he must be bugged, and it will be Grenadi. Lars getting a really good drift there, and Grenadi does get the win. Lars right behind him. Good race. Pack, Spam, and Joe's, I think. No, Zupuff doing very, very decently. Hopefully most players being able to finish on this one. It is a fairly easygoing map once you work it out. So, Reaper, Justin, Tyrells getting in before the countdown. People still bonking into this corner there. Hopefully they will learn from next time. Let's have a bit of a look further down the leaderboard this time. Let's actually have a look at UBM and see what he is doing. It's a wider start, but that is still a decent position to be in, as he has to release, unfortunately. Loses out on a bit of time. Does miss that second corner as well. Let's have a look at Volpix, struggling a little bit. So let's try David out in 33rd, not too bad. Gets an inside line, catches up to a few people, and he will get a no slide for that second one. Hopefully making the jump perfectly fine. And now on to the wall ride. Goes for a very low strat, and I think that saves a lot of time, so that's good from him. So let's have a look a bit further up now. Zapuff getting a really good drift. Catches up to a few people. Crossing over two players at the end there. But it will be Pack. it will be Pack. Spam, Lars, Jozo, Grenadi. So starting to find a bit of a pattern in this top few positions here. But I don't think anyone has secured a win yet. Darker and Grenadi, as well as Lars, 100 points ahead of Zapuff. Pack starting to strive a bit later on though, so as he does move up to 4th there. So that is very good for him. Let's have a look at Alex now. Let's see what he's doing on this one. A few people falling off once again. Alex just missing out on the edge, but does get this inside line really well. Gets a really beautiful drift, so that will save a lot of time. Saving it through the easy section. One person bonking onto the right, going to inside, and Alex out in top 15 nearly there. That's really good for him. Darker a little bit behind, but look how much time he has gained from that extra little bit of speed. Was that Grenadi crashing as well? No, I find Grenadi further up, so not sure who bonked there. Alex though out in top 15 and gets the inside line, so we'll catch up a little bit here as we have a beautiful battle up the front. Couldn't quite get onto it, and it will be Pack really liking this map. Spam having a beautiful battle. Grenadi 0.2 of the difference between these three. Definitely the pro players striving on this one. Lars, Jozo, Tourist doing quite decent as well. Nick, is a miracle he spectated me and didn't crash, mate. I'm not always trying to destroy the players when I spectate them. Trust me when I say that. But that is round number 3, and we will move on to map number 6. I'm looking down at the phone, trying to count up the maps as we do go through here. Quite a bit of a quicker Simply Cup here, I think. Not as many longer maps this time around. So maybe we go... Nah, I probably won't go the 11th one. I would do the 11th one, but I've already announced that I'm doing 10 maps, so I don't want to false advertise. As we do have our first dirt map here. I think it's the only dirt map this week. And doesn't look like the most optimized one. So let's see who can learn this the quickest. Let's have a quick overview of this, actually. and find out what to expect. So, a few boosters right before a corner. That's what we like to see, a bit of a jump, but seems fairly easy. As we do have a reactor start here. Let's have a look at Jack Coy here, who started off quite well, finding himself a little bit more behind now, but definitely still a valiant effort. So, you lose the reactor right before this turn, and it actually looks kind of smooth, so decent map, pause chat, or do we have trees we can crash into? No, doesn't look like you can crash into that one. That's good to see. So, the gears will be the key on this one, I would imagine, and as we see a lot of people finishing now. And there we go to the finish. So very simple map, not well optimized, but I think everyone can finish here. So let's have a look at someone a bit further down. How about Murati here? See what he can do on the start of round 1. Goes for a safe line to start off. Does have to release, unfortunately. Was finding himself in a top position there, but struggling on the loss of the reactor boost there. So let's go have a look at Jackdaw now. Darker finding himself out in front with Pack, and Jackdaw getting the low jump really bad as he gets a bug to the side. So let's have a look at Grenade, who's all the way up in first. Elcon having a nice battle here. Will Grenade be able to keep the speed as Elcon has a little bit more? This is going to be a bunt clincher as Grenade gets the last corner really well though. And it will be Elcon in second. As the leaderboard is still having a spasm attack. Here we go. Elcon, Darker, Pack, Pot, Uke, and Turris. Spam still up there. Tapuff finding himself struggling a little bit on the dirt map, but that is fine. Jackdaw also losing a lot of points from that middle mistake. So let's have a look at Caribou now and see how he is doing. Opts for the early break. Hopefully he can get this next section quite fast. I think he had to release though, so not quite the optimized line yet, but does get the next part really well with the freewheeling, so catches up a few positions. Maybe those players who got the more so boost off the before the corner does strive off of that. But Caribou doing alright in about 15th here, loses a couple positions on that chicane there. As he finds himself in 28th actually, don't think he dropped that far down. This is a really good battle up the top here, and it will be Grenade I think still in first. Who was that? Was a beautiful race. As we have a Zapuff win, so I was saying that he was struggling on the dirt there, but now finds himself out in first, so really good for him. Grenade, Lars, Salmon, Pack, Taka, Turris, and Uke. With only Spam, the one a little bit further behind. In this one, Reaper as well, a little bit behind, but still out in the top positions. Speaking of Reaper, let's have a look at what he is doing. As a few people already failing this first corner, and they are completely out. Reaper remembering to brake right before losing the reactor boost, and opts for a lot of extra boost. Let's see how much this will overtake the players here. Looks like that is the line you want to take, as he puts himself up to a top 20 here. A couple people lagging. Let's have a look at this top battle now. Darker in 4th, but this is so tight here. Gets the line on that second last corner. Pack out in first. Can he hold it? He can. And it will be Grenade in 3rd place. That was another really decent battle. Tourist Spam catching up a little bit this time. Lars, Justin, and Elcon. So decent positions for all the top 10 there. Reaper slightly behind, with Jozo picking up a little bit of points, so maybe a bit of a change between them. And it will be Grenade still finding himself in first. Darker, Lars, Pack. Next few positions there. As we move on to map number 7. With a bit of a speed tech on what is known as a TM2 map. So let's find out if it is a lot less buggy in this one, as we have B12. And Unideo players. So, I do remember Spam hunting this map a little while ago. Will he be able to remember here? As I think it's Rotty doing really good start there. Has to release a little bit though. So this was the infamous buggy loop, but hopefully it's not too bad in this one. As Pack Grenade, Pack finding himself a pole there. I was about to say Pack and Grenade in a nice battle, but is only the warm-up, and we have 20 seconds left. So let's have a look at someone maybe a bit further down. How about Singolki here, who is doing the start. Goes off for a bit of an early break so he can get the better line. Someone trying to horn that they're on the camera, but crashes straight into the checkpoint. So, Sino here doing really well so far in that warm-up. Let's see if he can get a bit of a good one on the first round, but let's change it up to Felka here. Doesn't opt for the left-right, which I don't think is quicker in this game, so... But maybe it gives them a bit of a better line to do to find Felka. Not even doing too badly, but is all the way back in 60th here. Lots of great players this time. So, speaking of great players, let's have a look a bit further up the field. Yuke is out in 15th. Doesn't find him pole, but does find himself the wall. Who is it out in front? It is Spam. As I was talking about, did practice this one a little bit a long time ago. So maybe he can still remember it. Grenade, Jackdaw, Elcon, and Hack the next few positions. So Grenade still getting very decent points there, which is good for his first position. Darker getting 96, not too bad. But these players definitely need to start taking away a few wins from Grenade. So let's have a look at Funny Raceman here for this second round. Gets the turn really well. So we do have a bit of a sound bug. Hopefully it's not too bad though. Opts for a bit of a wider line. Is it going to pay off? Not quite. Gets the early drift. And will gain a bit of speed out of that inside line. Look how many positions he's getting as he nearly crashes into the edge there. And we saw someone falling off, but it will be Spam Pack having a beautiful battle. No, it was Roddy actually. And he actually snipes it from Spam. Beautiful stuff from him. And Spam picks up a second there. No, Spam picks up a third. It was Tourist actually. Funny Raceman out in fourth. So we do still have the buggy loop, which I thought was gonna be fixed here, but as I was talking about, it is still in the game. Alright, Pack says he is catching up, 1744 points. Let's have a look at what he's going to do for this final round. It's a wide drift here. And a quick drift on this one, but a few people really nailing the start. Jozo and Spam, I think. And Spam finding himself on a really good time. Can they avoid the bugs and the loops? Yes, they can. No! The second place person did get the buggy edge transition there. But Spam on an absolute blinder of a time. Look at that. 28.2. That is quite quick. Pack nowhere to be seen behind him. In a 0.6. Still a decent time though. There will be a few new players there. Jackdaw, Tourist, Funny Raceman, Zapuff, Elcon, and Darker in the next few positions. Anyone really struggling? Not quite. Most players in the top positions, other than Reaper, are only getting 9 points compared to 100 on Funny Raceman, so that will definitely be a change. Jozo even could snipe Reaper there. But Grenade and Darker on a 4-point battle as we have 3 maps remaining. And we move on to map number 8 now. Bit of a longer waiting time once again. But here we go. It is actually another master map. I didn't even realize that. It's 2 of his maps, but we have a very short map this time. With our second dirt map. So, what do we expect in this one? I knew it's a very short map. We have one downhill with a bit of a drift. Maybe a bow slide potential, but don't think it'll be quick by the end. Okay, no, it's a smooth transition, so no need for that. Oh, this will be an absolutely insane battle on this one. I think this could be down to the thousands with this extra warm-up time as well. So, nice short map here. I expect everyone to be able to finish. Let's have a look at Kip for a couple of these warm-ups, trying some different lines, learning the map. That is good to see. So, can we have the perfect gears? Or will it not be enough? As Kip gets a decent run there. 14.7. Yep, Potsny not being able to make the jump this time around. Granati as well, smashing his head there. So, could this be the one that changes it for Granati? I don't think so. I think these top players will really strive. Let's have a look at Reaper, who struggled on that last map. See what he is doing to start off. Really good start going for the outside line. Will gain himself a bit more speed. Spam though, and Roddy I think again out in those first places. No, it's a Puff. Who will bonk into the finish though? It will be Darker getting the jump really, really good. And I think it was still Zapuff in second. It was Funny Raceman, Reaper Pack, Granati. Tourist did spam bonk. I did see a spam drop behind. I think he just had to go the safe way. But that is really good points for Zapuff and Darko as well, who is our new leader with only a few more maps to go. Few of the keyboard players complaining here, so let's find out why Elcon is doing that. I think he can get this inside line and then full drift here. Yeah, he can. So I don't know why he's complaining. Does find himself on the sand, so that's his own mistake. Let's see where Spam is. Goes for the low jump. Is he going to bonk? He is. That is not good for him, as he is now stuck in the respawn as well. So let's see how many players will struggle there. A couple players dropping out. Elcon just giving up entirely, I think. Elcon, bad sportsmanship. That is not what we like to see. Darker though, 82 points. Granani, 114 points. So it will be a switch yet again. Pack though is on the attack. Only a few points behind now. So, Spam staying in the same position, not too bad for him, even with that mistake. So let's have a look at Uke to start off, see if he goes for the inside line. No, he does not, as he got the outside line really badly. What about Darker? Does find himself a little bit behind. Will have a lot more speed though, Granati though, in first position, and yes, the low jump, that is good. 1-2 from Granati and Darker there, showcasing why they're up the top, as Pack now is the one who was making the big mistake. So, yet again, another switchback between these two. So it seems like we have a few small battles here, which is good to see. But an absolute banger of a map there. A few crashes, a few really good times. So a nice short map there. 2 more maps to go. Here we have it for the second last time. With yet again a long loading time. Guess the servers cannot handle so many players. How many players do we have? It was up to 68 at some point. Has anyone rage quit? As we do have a fantastic map coming up. We have Ice. Who is the Ice experts? Let's find out. It is a map by Rexosaurus, so hopefully it should be somewhat decent. Rexosaurus is a pretty well-known mapper, but who knows? Let's have a look at Infinite here for the warm-up. There's a few people opting for the GPS, which is probably the better strat, I think, for this one. That's what I would do. Infinite, however, struggling at the start slightly. Let's change it up to Cataboot. We do have Ice Sausage Mix. Cataboot hitting the corner ever so slightly, which is fine. It's only warm-up. So very steep downhill. Will this be a no slide or a drift? It's a few top players, I think, struggling now, so this could be a bit of a mix-up for the match. Let's have a look at Justin for round number 1. with a pretty cool little car right there. I like it. Here we go. Second last map. Good luck. Have fun. So can Justin nail the first corner? No, he cannot. He does hit the top, and that is him out of the match. So let's have a look at Jackdaw now. Out in 26, but still a lot of places to be gained as he does crash himself into that edge. So that is not what you want. I think this map is better to be played safe rather than sorry, as we have already seen a few crashes, but it is packed now with the insane amount of speed. It does manage to get it first. It's a puff. Losing a few positions, however. Still in a top 8, though. And that is pretty much the entire top 8. Staying in the top 8 of this round. So that is very good for them. Funny Raceman finding himself in 8th, though. Elcon has dropped down from that last map. And his trolling. Let's have a look at someone new, though. Let's have a look at Kodiak. Out in 20th, doing very respectable. Can he again crash off? No, he does not. We finally have a watch of players making it through, as we do find himself in 2nd here. This is really good for Kodiak. Can he strive on this one? But does find himself a bit of airtime, losing 20 positions at least. That is not what you like. So let's maybe jump up to the top again. Tourist, Grenadi. Oh no, it's Elcon and Grenadi having a beautiful battle with a respawner bug out there, and Grenadi getting the better ice off of Elcon and does snipe the win there. Really good points for Grenadi here, as I think we have a 1-point difference. This is going to go down to the wire right now. But Darker into Tourist Pack Spam having some battles still. Christian up in 7th, and Zapuff in 8th. Once again, as always, don't mind me if I'm saying the names wrong. I'm just an idiot on the internet. So, if I say your name wrong, I am sorry, but don't take it as anything too offensive, because I'm trying to just say them as quick as possible. But we have Marion for the 3rd and final round on this one, as he does get a bit of a higher ice section there, so loses a bit of speed. Is still out in the 20th position, but we find Grenadi, Pack, Darker, as always, having a battle for first. It is Grenadi now, finding himself a few extra points ahead of Darker, moving on to the final question. And it will be Lars picking up 90 points, Pack picking up 114, so Pack and Lars now switching yet again. Spam dropping a little bit on these ice and dirt maps. Puff still doing very, very well. Uke Elcon, Funny Raceman, still in very good positions. But we have our final map, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Really, carefully. I didn't know that. I thought it always respawned you at the one checkpoint at the end. Interesting. Final map. Good luck. Have fun. Alright, so what do we have to expect on this one? I think this was one of the bit of more concerning thumbnail maps, so I hope this is good, as we have had quite a few decent maps this week. Been pretty happy with the selection. Seems like a pretty simple map, though. Who will strive? I think we have a bit of a risky yep tree jump. No, there is some bolt-ons in the way, so will be something to watch out for, as pretty much the entire server crashing into that, or after that wall ride attack on not the greatest respawn. Does finally find himself the line. Will miss that edge, though. Let's continue watching him, though, for this final warm-up. Does miss this corner and the arrow there, and moving on to the dirt section as we find a bit of a dip. So a few spicy sections if you have a bit of a brain lag. There is definitely things to look out for here. But is there going to be a cut on the right? I think there will be a cut on the right. Who is going to use their big brain and who is going to go for the safe route. Even just on the inside bollards there, you can definitely skip that. So, for the final time this week, we have a mixed map. Let's see what Dremia does to start off. Lots of people going ultra tight, trying to get as much out of this round as possible. Dremia does have to release a bit, still finding himself in 30th, and it gains a lot of speed, but misses that little dip I was talking about. So let's have a look at the top position. Who is going to opt for these this cut here, as all of them do, and Grenade slightly behind. With a bit more speed though, will he overtake both of them? And they do have a basketball hoop to finish it off. So Elcon getting a win there. And it will be Darker Grenade in the next few positions. So Grenade is 15 points ahead of Darker. So 2 wins from Darker could secure it all. This is going to go down to the absolute wire. Let's actually have a look at both of them for these final 2 rounds, because this has been such a close battle until the end here. So let's watch Darker for this final one with a bit of lag. 64 players. Thanks for shooting in. And for those playing as well. So Darker finding himself a little bit far behind here. It's not good to pick up Grenade's points, as Grenade is in 7th, but losing a lot of speed there and opting for a bit of a zigzag. So as I was saying, losing a bit of speed, but that is good for him as he picks up the win as well. So maybe has secured it. Jozo, Lars, Darker doing really well. Tourist, Ansgar. We haven't seen Elcon and Captain Salmon. Just to piss people off with the L right there. Most people, however, being able to finish. Few people struggling at the end. Stockton trying the risky finish, not quite enough. So for the final round, here we go. Grenade has got some big boy points ahead of him. Let's see if he can safe it all the way to the end here. Gets this start really well. Spam as well in the top positions, as always. Grenade though, going for that higher line to gain a bit of extra speed. Is it going to pay off? It looks like it is. Look how many people he is catching up to. But Spam and I think Elcon and Pack are the ones way out in front. As we have Ansgar with the extra bit of speed. But no Darker to find himself. Everyone opting for the right finish. And we have Pack winning the final round here. But it will be Grenade winning overall. Darker well out in front of Pack. So it will be Pack in 3rd, Lars in 4th, Tourist in 5th. No, it will be Spam securing the top 5 there. And Tourist getting a 6. Still very decent performance from him. And it's a Puff, Uke, Elcon, Funny Raceman to round off the top 10. But GG for the 2nd week in a row to Grenade, as we have our so this was our bonus map just in case we needed it, but we haven't needed it this time around. So bit of a weird and wacky map. Let's have a look at the this one just for an extra bit of bonus content. Let's see if Pack can pick up a win, but does find himself bonking into the wall. And we have an unrespawnable CP, as Darker does find himself respawning all the way back at the start before it. So he doesn't get locked in. But a few people are going for some different strats here. Darker looking to see if he can get the jump there. I don't think that will be it. I also want to see this finish. A few people getting that front finish. Looks like it is pretty safe. So what an interesting one to battle it out. But congrats to Grenadi once again. Darker, Pack, Lards, and Spam for that top 5. Very, very well raced. Lots of good players this week, so that was interesting to watch. Thank you very much for playing. Let's just have a look at this fun little bonus map to secure it off here. Darker getting a bit of a late finish. Struggling on the no steer actually, as Lars also has to restart. Anyone on the attack is Elcon and Zapuff. Out in these final positions, or first position I should say. Cannot talk after all this shoutcasting, and it will be Elcon with a beautiful time right there. Zapuff, Jackoy, back attack, and Jozo for top 5 there. So this one definitely would have been a bit of a shake-up to some of the top players' positions, I think. I think some of the pro players would have really struggled here. So I'm kind of glad that in a way we didn't get to play this one, but I also would have enjoyed watching this, I think. But let's have a look for the second final time. Mr. Zapuff here, who I don't really know this player. I'm not sure if it's someone who's changed their name or if I'm just not remembering correctly, but with a really, really good performance. But Elcon now finding himself out in first. That my first map crash? Yeah, I'm sorry, but I can't do anything about it. It is just what it is, unfortunately. So we do have Elcon once again. Really liking this map. Complaining about it not being a bad map. But not too many people left for this final round. There's a few people struggling on this no steer section as well. Let's have a look at someone a bit different this time. Let's have a look at Vibra. We didn't get to catch in the middle of the map. Let's see if he can get this. No, he goes for a different strategy. I was wondering if there was going to be some big brain plays here. So gets the ring and I presume he's going to respawn. This is going to be quicker. No, he doesn't respawn though. He should have respawned. Oh no, you can't respawn because you would have got this ring. So, Zapuff is Fups, I've been told. There we go. Game crashed on this map. Good. Yo, Fups, awesome performance, man. That was great to watch you. Thanks for playing. Hope you enjoyed. So, for the final time, there we have it. Bit of a bonus, bit of content for you on your screens, but thanks to everyone who played. Hopefully everyone enjoyed playing and everyone enjoyed the cast. Bit of a crazy one this week with lots of decent players, lots of fun little maps here. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, which possibly could be a Nick edition, so I might, instead of having random maps, might be a version of which I make all the maps. We'll see, we'll see. That's something to look out for. Till next time, have a good one. Bye. Bye.